What's up, everybody? It's me. I'm back. Got a little wireless setup here. Gonna do a little double action. Yeah, that's what she said. Some of it for obscure mics, some of it for my personal channel titled Bark. But I want to talk today just about what you can do if you are desiring a career in making videos, so on and so forth. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend or tell you I know exactly how to make a career doing that. I don't. It has been a good supplementary income for me, and I'll explain why and how. I still have a 9 to 5. I'm actually taking a break from that 9 to 5 just to come hang out in the park and talk a little bit. But so the basic gist of why I started a YouTube channel was literally just to fill a gap. That's what she said. And that gap was some microphones and audio gear that nobody was really focusing on. And that's not like a blame or anything like that. Like I'm always interested in the oddball and obscure stuff and things that aren't necessarily popular or the best of the best. Like I'm a bargain shopper. I'm a barterer. I like to buy, sell, and trade, do stuff like that. So when I find microphones that I want to try or audio gear that I want to try, my interest just goes straight to, I got to know what that's like. I just like testing stuff, finding out what's good, what's not, and then moving on to what's next. It's mostly curiosity. But I didn't start a YouTube channel to be rich, famous, nothing like that. Not going to happen. But I started it to kind of fill a gap that I was looking for to be filled. This is just sounding sexual as fuck. And I think I've done that pretty well. I've built a decent audience pushing towards 10K, which is small by YouTube standards, but it's pretty cool at the same time. It's like having, 10,000 fans, even though a fraction of them watch you and the rest don't. I don't know. Not asking for them to unsubscribe. It's just strange. But you don't have to be a massive channel to have success. I consider myself successful in this journey just because of some of the relationships I've built, which are with big audio companies like Shure and Rode and SE and, a lot of others. But just having a relationship with these companies and having opportunities come through these companies is like a dream come true to me, because whenever I found this hobby of audio gear and, testing, reviewing, so on and so forth, it's like my football team, like I used to be more into sports, and I would have been excited to talk to members of the Dolphins organization, yada, yada. Now I'm excited to talk to, people that are within the audio community, pro and amateur. And that's kind of like getting to talk to my favorite players. It's along those lines. And that's number one that's really cool, is having the relationships with people that hold positions in a community that interests me highly. So the fact that Shure sends me stuff and so on and so forth is just so cool. It's really, really cool. So that's one perk. Second perk, of course, is, finding your circle of people. Like there's a bunch of people that are into what I'm into, and I've found them through doing the channel. So that's a whole nother kind of wealth all of its own, and one that, you simply can't take for granted. I've got close relationships with guys that, are doing the same thing as me, like Bronson at Audio Hotline and Pags at MEI Studios and Bandrew over at Podcastage and Curtis Judd. Some of these are lesser than the other. Like some of these I talk to quite often, some I don't, but like Curtis Judd and Hank at Free Podcast Tools, and doesn't matter big or small, like having those folks to talk to and to converse with about what we are into is just priceless. So perk number 2, you find your circle of people that understand you and get what you're into and can kind of share that with you. So again, this is not all money. In fact, lack thereof. But I'm getting to that too. There is also that. Yeah, the money part is cool. Technically, I could afford probably a normal house payment with what I make doing the channel, but it's all sectioned off, like a little bit of money from YouTube ads, a little bit of money from Amazon associates, affiliate links, so on and so forth. A little bit of money from sales, because I can't keep everything everyone sends to me. I just can't. I don't have the storage. I don't have the room. Not to mention, like, I can't use hundreds of microphones even in a year's time. I just can't. And I don't want the mic museum. That's Bandrew's doing. He'll have the mic museum. But, the sales and proceeds of those, because it's okay to sell things that get sent to you. I mean, that's part of the payment. That's part of the perk of you doing a video for someone, is like being able to turn that into cash is absolutely a perk. And it's one that I'm going to take advantage of. Like, I appreciate the folks with the highest of morals. I do. But there's more to this than just 100% ethics. Like, there's gray area to ethics. I will never give anyone a good review simply because I got something sent to me for free or I'm getting paid. That won't happen. But I will take advantage of being financially compensated for just checking out an item. Again, what you do is you give an honest review, and then you run the risk of that company never sending you anything or paying you to do content again. That's where my line is. I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to be as honest about it as humanly possible. And then if that means that the relationship is cut off with that company after that, so be it. Eventually, maybe I'll never get anything from any companies. But the cool thing here is I've hit some companies pretty hard on some products, and they have repeatedly come back and sent me more or wanted to talk to me to figure out how to make their products better. That's what you have to hope for. The ones that drop you and walk away because you didn't like something of theirs, you didn't need to work with that company anyways. You didn't need to tell them to move on. They moved out of your way by choice because they weren't on board with your moral high ground. Yeah, sounded professory. Then you've got the, I guess, misconception that you have to grow to make money. I've got the channel Obscure Tech, which is just kind of a side project. I'm interested in more than just audio gear. I'm interested in, anything to do with technology, smartphones, computers, tablets, accessories, headphones, just whatever. If it is techie at all, I'm interested in it. And in my Obscure Tech channel, which has 490 subscribers, I believe, I make money from that one. Now, granted, it's not through YouTube advertisements, but that channel alone has gotten me a couple of paid gigs just promoting apps or promoting, marketplaces like the Flip app, which is an app where you can shop but also watch TikTok style reviews within the shopping app. Like that was I got a nice lucrative little deal from them. That might have been Obscure Mics, but I want to say it was Obscure Tech. I'm not sure. But portraying my review style, and I guess I hate to say anything about my speaking or this or that. Let's just say because I'm real. I think because I'm real on camera, even on a small channel of 490 subs, that can garner you, I have a cousin named Garner, can garner you attention in the market of making short videos for folks or companies and actually getting paid for it. So, not to mention, I get just as many offers through Obscure Tech to do gear reviews as I do Obscure Mics. Like, in fact, here lately, it's been more Obscure Tech because the circle's bigger than Obscure Mics. With mics, it's like audio gear only. With tech, it is a much bigger sphere of items that I could check out. So that's led to a lot more opportunities through Obscure Tech than I ever thought possible before ever even hitting 1,000 subs. Now, granted, would love to get those watch hours knocked out and those subs knocked out to monetize that one, because that would go a long ways in getting me where I want to be, which is just making videos, being home, working my own schedule. That's the goal. And I would say that I'm probably about 20 to 25% there. My income would have to basically, triple or quadruple right now for that to happen. And with that, I had to move because even though there was tons of places to sit around me, some guy decided to sit at a table across from me while I'm recording this. Like, why? Why must you hear me? Listen to me talk about stuff? Like, public park, I can move, no problem. I moved. But it's just strange behavior. There's like empty gazebos all around me, and he plops down beside me. Need to find a good location. I like this location. I need to find a better location. Anyways, so you really can make money, start a career without hitting big views, big numbers, big hours. You don't have to have all that. Just focus on what you're into. Do reviews or talk about or demonstrate or whatever there's on YouTube. Do what you like to do, and as long as you're doing it with your personality and not copying a bunch of other personalities, it'll work out in some way or another. At least a little bit of supplementary income and a great hobby. Everything doesn't have to be about money. But again, I'm very big on not working a 9 to 5, working for a company my whole life without controlling any of my time or this, that, or the other. Luckily, I have a job that's pretty lax and, when I can come and go, as long as I'm not gone more than I'm there, basically. I guess this place is kind of cool. I'm watching a very fat squirrel eat a nut in front of me. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay, let's get that guy. Is that it? That's really all the zoom I got, apparently. I tried to get the big fat squirrel, and I can't. If I walk up on him, I'll probably run. I could try it, though. That's how I'll end the video. He's so fat. He's so fat.